I would say I support the initiative of just sharing love. I feel like for me, I think that's where the root of, I think, a lot of issues I feel like start. I feel like if we operate in love, I feel like racism isn't a thing. I feel like if we operate in love, I don't think prejudice is a thing. I don't think that certain issues, and I feel like there's many lives that have been lost, I feel like, from a lack of love, and operating and having motives from love. So I feel like for me, that's the root of it. I feel like if you love somebody or if you have love for people around you, I feel like there's a certain, I wouldn't say understanding, or you want a certain understanding for that person because that you have love for them. I feel like kind of for us being in a situation and in the job that we're in, I feel like we love each other, and I feel like it's evident through, I feel like, our understanding of each other, having sit down talks, whether we're in the cafeteria, whether we're in the locker room, just getting a sense of understanding. Because I mean, we all come from different places, and I feel like for me, I've been on so many sides of feeling the love and then not feeling the love from people of my same race or not of my same race. And it's like one of those things for me, it's like I've never gave anybody a reason, I feel like, to just look at me and not like me, or like have feel some type of way about me. And I feel like for me, being able to experience that, I feel like it's just something that I want to change, I feel for, because I feel like when you really sit down and get to understand somebody, I feel like you can grow that love, and that love can really grow. And I feel like it's really just about taking that time to operate out of love. Even if you may not feel love in your heart, I feel like your actions can lead you to having that true feeling. So I feel like really just everything just starts with love. So the things that I do off the field, I mean, not even off the field, everything I do, I feel like is through love. And I feel like that's how I feel like we should all operate, just to do things the right way and lead by example.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was real good. I know on the back of my helmet it says end racism, and honestly, I feel like it's gonna be a long time before we actually end racism, personally.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, along the same lines, just, be the change,
Right.
and everywhere you go, and that's like in the house, like in your home, because I feel like racism starts in the house.
Right.
Like your kids get brought up seeing a certain way, seeing a certain perspective, and hearing, hearing the things that your parents went through and how negative it affected them and stuff like that, and that influences the way your child, reacts when they see people of color. That's, what I'm saying, when they see people who are not the same color as them,
Right.
like all that stuff matters and everything. What I've learned over my years, going, because I went to a predominantly black high school and then had a culture shock when I went to a predominantly white college. And a lot of the things that they were doing up there, like I wasn't with, but I had to learn because, like, everybody's perspective on life and everybody's perspective about a lot of things is so different. So when you actually sit down and have those tough conversations and conversations about people's upbringings and, things that they were privileged to have and things that you weren't privileged to have, and, see that, because we're all essentially running the same race, but obviously everybody starts with different starting points.
Right.
And a lot of people don't see that, obviously we see that, but a lot of people don't see that. And when you explain those challenges that we know we have, like, people start to understand, like, just, for instance, let's talk about, like, the police brutality and everything, like, how every black person, when they see a cop on the road, you straighten everything up, turn your music down, everything. Like, like where anybody else, they'll ride past and wave, doing whatever they're doing, don't care about nothing, because they don't feel like their life is on the line. And I had to explain it to one of my old teammates, like, bro, it's not the same, And like I said, just having those tough conversations, man, and sharing your point of view and your perception on different things and your perspective on different things, man, it'll change so many minds. And
Right.
And obviously them being the change in their household, it changed the minds of their kids as well, man. I feel like that, me personally, that's how you end the racism, by being the change, that individual to be the change. So
that's fair. For me, I would probably say equality. Most of my years growing up, I stayed with my mom. My parents are divorced since I was 3, so just seeing how hard she worked and the years that she spent in education, and saw how she got shortchanged for jobs and opportunities simply because she was a female. So I feel like even through everyday life, I try to treat everybody the same, women and men, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and just don't put that stigma on anybody, it's females out there that play football that might hit harder than some men. I ain't say us, but that may hit harder than some men. So, you know, just treating everybody equal. That's my main thing. Try to live and preach that.
Yeah, that's good, bro.